Hi, you guys. So I want to talk real quickly about people who just hate you for no reason. And not only do they just hate you for no reason, you know you haven't done anything to them. Some people you barely know. Some people you were only kind to them. And this is not an audio where I'm venting. Okay, there have been audios where I vent because you need to vent, especially when there's nobody really around you that understands the situation. You can't just keep holding things in. So this has been a good outlet. But this is not venting. I just want to talk about karmic relationships, okay? Karmic relationships. And people who seem to just hate you for no reason. Sometimes karmic relationships are marriages, but I don't get into all of that because I'm not married. I don't want to be married. And I'm not interested in twin flames and soulmates. So I don't get into those kind of conversations because I don't put that type of energy into it. Even when people talk about it on YouTube, I don't listen to it because it's just not something I'm really interested in. But I'm just talking about like karmic relationships when it comes to a mother, a brother, a classmate, anybody. It doesn't have to be boyfriend, husband, and all. The karmic relationships is about anybody. It's not about, being a couple, okay? But here's what I want to talk about though. People who just hate you for no reason. They've been, in my case, have been doing rituals and spell work, witchcraft, black magic, magic of all forms, anything you can think of, including voodoo dolls with my DNA. Anything you can think of has been done since I was a baby girl. And I just realized what's been going on since my late 30s, maybe 39, 40, something like that. And so, now it's taking time to reverse it. And so, what I want to say is that, when you have people like that who go out of their way to destroy your life, they go out of their way to destroy your peace, and even go out of their way to try to kill you, whether it's aggressive physically or whether it's, in my case, people are doing a lot of spell work. But some people in their cases, it's more of a physical type of aggression, right? It's more of a harassment. It's different. It comes in different ways. My way is dealing with a lot of black magic though. That just goes to show, and I'm going to go into who I could have been in a previous experience or incarnation, whatever you want to call it. I'll just call it a previous experience. This is karmic. These people, whoever I was in this previous experience, these people, not necessarily the same physical bodies, okay, but that same soul, that same energy, hated me around that time too, okay, and during that experience too. These people hated me too. And so, unfortunately, I think I don't want to get into that, but they did some bad things. I was somebody who was very influential. A lot of people, when you're influential, a lot of people hate you. And you got to make sure, no matter what somebody say, you got to always make sure that you are highly protected. But in my case, I could have been a highly influential person that wanted to kind of do what you call the right thing. Because I don't believe in right or wrong, but I believe in... I do believe in some things are out of control. I do believe in evil. I do believe in things like that. But I try not to be too moral about things. But I must have been a person of influence who was trying to balance things out. Maybe it was too much evil and I was trying to balance things out. The reason why? Because the type of people who are attacking me they doing it. I already checked. I haven't done anything vicious to these people in that previous experience. I haven't done anything vicious to any of these people. So that let me know that I might have influenced people in a way to try to balance things out. And I see that happening now with this channel, and that's why it gets censored so much, because it's happening again, okay? Something keeps happening to shut it down. Now, I know things happen to other people's channels too, so I don't want to make it seem like it's just mine. But the attack on this channel is just a little out of control, with being that it's so tiny. Yeah, it's just out of control. you know. So that just lets me know that I was doing the same thing around that experience, trying to balance things out. Okay? I didn't do anything because I can tell the energies of these people, how evil, and they're literally just kind of demons. I can tell that how evil they are. The fact that I wasn't like a high profile person that was that was just, you know, evil to everybody, because the people who are attacking me, they don't want to see the balance in the world. They want to keep the evil running rampant. Okay. So I say that to say this, because I don't want to talk too long. I said it to say this. So when people just hate you for no reason, a lot of times it's a karmic relationship that could have come from a previous experience. Some people say incarnation. Some people say a previous life. Whatever the terminology you want to use. I'm not big on all this telling people how to talk. I'm not doing it. I can't stand that mess. But you know what I'm talking about. And I'm to the point where these folks will never see they're wrong. They're not going to stop. So what has to happen is that you almost, in my case, and make sure, you know, when you do these things, make sure that that you're cleared spiritually. But when it gets so bad to the point where no matter how much you work on yourself, for example, me, no matter how much I work on myself, no matter how much meditations I do, no matter what I do, I can spend 3 hours a day. I don't care if I spend thousands of dollars to go into a psychiatrist. What it is that these people are so, well, not these people, just one person in particular is so advanced in black magic, and he spies on me too. I've seen visions of him spying. I don't know what he's looking through, but he's able to detect no matter where I go. He can detect where I go. Now I live thousands of miles away from them, so they're not having people follow me. He's looking at me. He's spying on me in the spiritual realm, because that's just how advanced he is in witchcraft. That's just how advanced he is in sorcery. Okay, I'm gonna say he was, because I think something happened to have him demoted, and that's just something I've seen in the spiritual realm too. He was a high-ranking Mason. So, and that's not to tear down Masons. I'm not trying to say that, but I do believe him and his sect and the people who were his brethren were helping him with whatever he was trying to do. So that's not to tear down everybody who's a Mason, you know, because I don't know that type of group, that type of organization well enough to just tear it down based on one person's actions, you know. Now I know it's some diabolical things that happen, but I just don't know enough to just really go into tearing things down. But I would say that you know, it gets to a point where you have to decide what's it going to be, because these people are in your life to stop you from who you were. Okay, obviously I was somebody heavily influential, probably bigger than a Beyonce. And it's hard to believe, because I'm not that big right now, and it's hard to believe that I could have been like that. But when you have so many people that come up against you and you don't even know them, you haven't done nothing to them, you have tried to be nothing but nice to them, and they keep coming up to you with so much hate. And not only do they just hate you, not only do they just talk about you, they take action on their hate. They literally try to kill you. That lets you know that they're doing everything possible to make sure you never become that person that you were. This is karmic. These people knew of me in a different experience. They knew of me in a different incarnation. They didn't have the same look, the same physical features, the same bodies, because you come in different bodies, you know. But for the most part, it's karmic relationships. And what I'm going to say is going to be another thing that's unpopular. But like I said, make sure that you are spiritually covered when you do these things. But these folks like this, that they are agents, some of them are handlers. They're doing any and everything to block you from your spiritual path. They try to block your relationships. They block you from your abundance. They block you from anything they can do, and especially if they're practicing any kind of witchcraft, high magic, sorcery, able to spy on you. They're able to detect. They got spirits watching you. They're able to detect anytime you're about to try to do something good with your life. whatever spirits they have watching you or whatever they're doing, they're able to detect it and they try to stop it every single time. They try to stop anything good that you try to do. Well, in that case, and I said this to another person, I said, I'll never get my life together as long as these people are alive. Now, I'm just saying it plain. So if sensitive ears are listening, this will be the time to just probably click off, because I just cannot be politically correct when there is more evil in the world than there is decency. Okay, I'm gonna say decency. There's way more evil in the world than there is decency, and it's because the people who are decent are taught to just pray for folks. The people who are decent are taught to just protect yourself, but don't go by any other means to get these folks off your back. Okay, and it comes to a point where I was speaking to somebody else, because I have to speak to somebody else who know when it's time to be ruthless. It's a time to be decent, and it's a time to be ruthless. Okay, and you gotta get out of your morals. I had to learn to get out of my morals. In this period of my life, this is a time to be ruthless. This is a time to be cruel. This is a time to be just as cruel as those people that drew up that coronavirus. Okay, and I'm not shedding light on that coronavirus. I know it was evil, but that's what I'm talking about. This is a time in my life for those people who are attacking me now, not just towards anybody, not just towards anybody. And that's what I'm saying. If you're listening to this right now, if you're still listening, you better make sure you're balanced. Make sure you're balanced. Even if people are picking on you, whether it's your mother, whether it's somebody else, you always check yourself first. I spent years working on myself first before I came to this conclusion. I spent years and years working on my ego. I spent years working on my shadow. I make sure that I'm balanced in my elements and in all of my energy centers. I always make sure that I'm leveled. Okay, I'm leveled and balanced. And so when I come to this conclusion, I'm coming to this conclusion not because I'm angry. It's because it's necessary. It's something that needs to be done. It's not about being bitter. It's not about being angry. It's about recognizing something that needs to be done. It's time to make a decision. And if that decision is not made, they're going to win this battle. You know, they're going to win this battle that they keep trying to win, because I'm not fighting them, they're fighting me. And then for the last year or two, I've just been fighting to keep them off my back, but I haven't fought them back. I've just been trying to protect myself. Like another lady I see on YouTube, her name is Isobel Mitton, ISOBEL She's on YouTube. She's Bantu. Okay, and she talks about how her family attacks her a lot. They're always trying to kill her, but they get her bad. They get her real bad. And you know, for the most part, her ancestors just teach her how to protect herself. But at the same time, she will never live the life that she should live. She will never move on with her life. She will never be who she was meant to be. She will never rise to her highest potential as long as those people are alive, because they will never stop what they're doing. They've been trying to kill this lady since when she was in the womb, before she was born. It's been these energies, these entities that's been trying to kill her. And it gets to a point, I'm using her as an example. It's the same thing with me, because it's the same thing with me. It's the exact same thing, because people are using magic with her too. And in Africa, I don't know what kind of witchcraft they're using over there. It's some powerful stuff. Okay, although she lives in Canada, she's still African born. Okay, and they do some powerful stuff. And so, but she's only told to just protect herself. But the problem is, she will never ever get to her highest potential, because they do things to take her energy. She said, when I listened to her last video, she did her last video about Will and Jada, and I listened to her last video, and she was talking about how her they did some kind of spell work, some kind of chant, because they wanted her dead, and she said, get her to close her eyes for good. And she saw them in the spiritual realm doing these chants. Make her close her eyes for good. Make her close her eyes for good. Now, this was her mother, the one that gave birth to her, and her brother. This is the same situation with me, unfortunately, and other people who just don't want to see her do well. And so she said it affected her for 2 hours. And she didn't close her eyes for good, obviously, but for 2 hours, she couldn't open her eyes. Do you know how scary that is? Do you know how her eyes were swollen shut for 2 hours? How scary is that? And this is what I'm getting to. And then she said that she had to spend 3 days trying to get, she was so discombobulated. It took her 3 days to get herself back on track. Who has time for that? She will never reach her highest potential as long as those people are alive, because who has time for their eyes to be swollen shut for 2 hours? Who has that time? And this is what I'm saying, that the decisions have to be made. I think this lady right now seems to be well enough balanced to be, she should, but see the kind of religion that she's in and the kind of ancestors, whatever their beliefs are, they don't believe that in her doing things to actually kill them. They don't believe in that. And so unfortunately she will not reach her highest potential unless they die. And it's not just a mother, it's not just a brother, it's a whole laundry list of people that's messing with her, and they are messing with her ancestors, okay? And she won't reach her highest potential. She can kill them. She has learned enough. I wish I knew a lot of what she knew. Because she's actually initiated. She knows a lot, okay? She actually is a witch doctor, which means she went through initiations. It's not just a name that she used on YouTube. She went through a lot of initiations. She's powerful enough to kill them. She's powerful enough to kill them. But for whatever reason, she's with the religion, the Bantu religion, the Bantu beliefs, and her ancestors. I guess she's supposed to be of the light. And those who are of the light, maybe they can't kill people who relentlessly bully them. And here's what I don't understand. In the physical realm, right? In the physical realm, why is it that you're encouraged to get a gun to protect yourself, right? I'm making a comparison here. You are encouraged, especially men, but women are now being encouraged too. But you know, for the longest, men carried a lot of concealed weapons, and it was understood that they needed to protect themselves and their family. That was understood. It's understood if somebody break into their family's house, if somebody attack their family, somebody come into their house and just break in, it's understood that this man has the right to shoot the intruder dead. Okay? It's understood. Okay? Nobody will fault him if somebody break into his house and he tries to protect his family. It's understood that he will shoot this person, probably dead, to protect himself. Why isn't it the same in the spiritual realm? Why would it be wrong if with all of the stuff this lady knows, why is it wrong that she just goes ahead and kill them? Why is that wrong? Why is it wrong for her to use everything she learned and go ahead and kill them? Because she will never reach her highest potential as long as they are alive. As long as they are alive, they will not let her get there. And there's too many energies up against her, and they have tainted her ancestors in a way too. Okay? But not to say that she don't have some powerful ancestors around her, but they have messed with them. And spiritually, she should have authority to go in here and kill them. So she can help herself, and by her helping herself, she can help her ancestors rise up. Because wherever she go, her ancestors are going. If she can never reach her highest potential, then her ancestors ain't going to get there either. Because her ancestors are going to go where she goes. Okay? You understand what I'm saying? And it look like she ain't going to get there, and the ancestors ain't going to rise either, as long as there's this attitude that you're not supposed to kill these folks. Okay? Like I said, I talked about how it's okay to have a gun and like I say, women now are being encouraged to get concealed weapons too, because a lot of women are single, a lot of women live alone. Even if they go out in public, they can't always be with a man, and if they're with a man, who says the man is going to protect them? You know? So they're being encouraged to carry a concealed weapon. So by you being encouraged to carry a concealed weapon, that means that you might have to use it, and you won't be seen as wrong for using a weapon on somebody who wants to harm you, right? So why is it wrong if you are skilled in black magic or whatever you're skilled in? Why is it wrong to use what you know to kill these folks? Okay, so getting back to me, Getting back, I just wanted to use this lady as an example because she told her story on YouTube too. And that story I just told you guys is on her latest video. It was about Will and Jada. It's the latest one she just uploaded, and her name is Isobel Mitton. Okay, and ISOBELMITTON. And I just use her as an example because it's the exact situation with me. Even though I'm not African born, it's the exact situation. I kid you not. I kid you not, they do everything to block me from abundance, financial abundance, peace. Now, I put in the work to make sure whatever they're doing doesn't work anymore. So I have to put in a lot of work, but they have still affected me because they have my DNA. They use voodoo dolls. They use a lot of stuff. And so I have to constantly change over my energy. You know, I have to constantly, but it's still a lot of work. And you can't have a busy life. It's no way I could have had kids and working and having to deal with them. I would not have had the time to deal with them, and then you would have had to constantly pay somebody else, and then that can cost thousands of dollars. Okay, that costs thousands of dollars. You talking about paying $5,000 to get them off your back, and I can't deal with the religion right now. You know, one lady told me that you to rest in God. I can't deal with that. I can't deal with people who feel like you just throw everything on God and that's everything will be taken care of and everything's gonna stop because you just rest in God's perfect peace and everything gonna stop. All these people gonna stop harassing you. Anybody who say that, I cannot do it. I cannot do it with them. I want to be away from people like that. Okay, because people who say that, either they haven't been through nothing or they have been through something and they harboring a whole lot of repressed emotions because they call themselves putting everything on God and giving everything to God. But then you see these people are the most depressed people that you will ever see in your life because they have a lot of repressed emotions because they grew up, they have this belief that you just give it to God and let the Lord handle it, but then they never handle it. They never handle a problem. And so they are the most depressed people I ever seen. And I can't with them. I just can't with them, you know. But getting back to it, I did not know I would talk this long, so maybe it was an important subject. In my case, and I'm saying this because this could be for some of you guys too, but like I say, make sure you cover spiritually and make sure you're good and balanced because it took me about 2 years. Make sure you're good and balanced before you reach this conclusion, okay? Because I already went to the Cosmic Mother with this. And I spent over a year in meditation with the Cosmic Mother on this, okay? And there's only one thing that can happen. There's only one way for me to rise to my highest potential. There's only one way that I can really become the person or the being that I'm supposed to be. And that is these people who keep trying to stop me, they have to die. I'm going to say it like that. I can't be politically correct because I don't want to be. They have to die. And when they die, you know, trap their spirit so they don't get you in a spiritual realm. Trap their spirit, make sure they have no connection to you. I have to be cruel. I got to be cruel with them because they are so ruthless even in their physical death. They can still mess with you in the spiritual realm. I have to be extremely cruel with these kind of people who relentlessly attack me when I haven't done anything to them. And they relentlessly attack me in the spiritual realm. They mess with me being stable. They mess with my money. They mess with everything they can mess with. They mess with my job. They do everything to make my life just a living hell. And for me to reach my highest potential, they have to die. They have to die. And I'm talking about for me to get into my spiritual path. For me to get into my spiritual path, it's going to be over their dead body. And it's going to be over their dead body. Since it has to be over there, since they have declared that it's going to be over their dead body, it's going to be over their dead body because they're going to die. Okay? Now, this might sound a little heavy for some people who ain't used to people talking like this. This might sound heavy for people who are used to political correctness. This might sound heavy to people who are used to love and light and saying, oh, just give it to the universe and let the universe take care of it. You know what? You got to realize that you are the universe. You are the universe. There is nothing else out there. You are the universe. It's nothing in the sky. It's nothing up there. When people say you go to the universe, you look up. There's nothing up there. There is nothing up there. It's only you. You are the universe. Okay? So yes, I am the universe, and my universe has decided. Okay, and this is not about me being angry, being hostile. It's about me recognizing something that has to happen and letting go of whatever morals is behind it. Letting go of whatever morals have been holding me back. Okay? So anyway, yeah, that's all I want to say. And you almost kind of have to be, you can't even warn them and say, okay, stop. I'm telling you, leave me alone. You know, sometimes you just try to tell them over and over again to leave you alone. You try to protect yourself, and you try to give them signs and say, look, if you don't leave me alone, this is going to happen to you. I've been trying to protect myself and give them signs that if they don't leave me alone, it's going to get worse since 2018. Now, they've been doing this my whole life, but I didn't wake up to 2018, even though they've been doing this my whole life. Okay? I didn't wake up to 2018 because they messed up my head that bad. Okay? And they've been warned. They've been warned if they keep on, it's going to get much worse. And so now they have completely ran out of grace. Now what's going to happen to them, they're going to wish they were never born. They're going to wish they were never born. Because what I got coming to them, they cannot match the level of cruelty that I have coming for them. Their level of cruelty is unmatched. They don't even have half the level of cruelty of what I have coming to them. They're cruel people. To try for my whole life to kill me. Yeah, that's some mean stuff. But what I got with me, they cannot match that level of cruelty. What I got around me is probably more cruel than those people that sent off that coronavirus. Okay? And they've been warned, and now it's no limits on what's going to happen. It's no limits. I kind of almost feel sorry for them, but I don't, because I'm ready for them to just take their last breath. One of them is her soul left her a long time ago, so she just basically she's a dead woman walking anyway. She's a demon. Her physical body just needs to just drop anyway, because she's been gone. Her soul has been separated from her, so she just needs to. A demon was working in her right now. Okay, and the reason why I know that, because I did mediumship for about a year, about 2-3 years ago, and a lot of people who have practiced reading with, mediumship with, they will always ask, is she dead? Is she dead? This is the mother. And around this time they said, is your mother dead? Is your mother dead? They will always ask me that. It's because her soul departed from her soul left her. So right now what's working in her is a demon, but she always been evil before her soul even left her, because this stuff has been going on since I was a little girl. So she been evil. But what is coming for them, they cannot match the cruelty of what I have come to. They can't even match it if they try. As evil as they are, they cannot match the amount of cruelty I have coming for them. And they wanted this. And I got to give people what they want. Their universe asks for this. The universe asks, their universe, their, Their, their universe has asked for this, okay? Excuse me for getting tongue-tied, because I've been talking for so long. And I'm not used to talking this long. But their universe has asked, they have requested this. How has their universe requested this? Because I have protected myself, like this lady Isabel Minton. I have protected myself, and along with protecting myself, they have gotten warnings to stop. They have gotten warnings to stop, to stop, to stop. Their lives have been in chaos for the last 2 years. Because I didn't go far with them. I didn't go balls to the wall with them. I just kept protecting myself just to get them off my back. But I see that they will never ever stop what they're doing, and they're going to keep disrupting my life until I finally just give up. And when I finally give up, they're going to kill me, because they're not going to stop until I'm dead. It's just a fact. They're not going to stop until I'm dead. So it's too late for them. And what I'm saying is that you don't have to let these people stop you from your spiritual journey. These people have no right to stop you from your spiritual path. These people are stopping something that I'm literally anointed to do. That's why I say whoever I was in the previous incarnation, I was somebody who tried to bring balance to the world, because the people who are attacking me are extremely wicked, but their wickedness don't match what I have coming for them right now. It don't even match. They can't even match halfway of the wickedness I have coming for them. They couldn't match it if they tried. They couldn't match it with any spirit they use. They cannot match the level of wickedness I have coming for them. Okay? And I tried. But anyway, with that being said, I say that to say this. You know in your inner self when it's time to move on, and when there's too many people that's using too much energy to try to stop you. Make sure that you're right. Make sure that you are balanced. Because I say before you protect yourself always, but before you try to do anything to them, you always want to make sure that you have handled your repressed emotions. You always want to make sure that you have done your shadow work. You always want to make sure that you have worked on healing your wounds. But the thing with wounds is that, like I've worked on my wounds and all that stuff, right? I worked on my repressed emotions. I've worked on emotional trauma. But here's the problem. They continue to try to bring trauma to my life every day. So every day when I work on my emotional trauma and transmuting emotional trauma, there's something new that they're going to keep bringing every day, to the point where you will never ever be healed. Even if you are healed from your childhood trauma, they're going to bring something into your life that causes more trauma, because they don't ever want you to be healed. You'll never be healed because they're going to make sure that you are traumatized every single day. They're going to make sure that you stay traumatized. Okay? So like in my case, I could be healed from childhood wounds. I could be healed from some other stuff, because that's just how much work I've done, and I never had people around me. I never was married. I don't have boyfriends and all that stuff. So I have enough time to do things a lot of people can't do. Okay? And but the problem is, it's not a matter of the past anymore. It's a matter of what's going to continue to happen. They're going to continue to try to push trauma on me, to traumatize me. Because they don't ever want me to be healed. They don't ever want me to be complete. They don't ever want me to be whole. So no matter how much I heal wounds of the past, they're going to try to do things in the future to traumatize you, okay? Because they don't want you whole. And for people like that, if you ever want to be whole, if you ever want to be healed, you got to make that decision. You got to make that decision, because they're going to see to it that you are never healed. They're going to see to it. Because see, these people at this point, they're not opening old wounds, because I lost all the love I ever had for them. I lost it. Okay? So they're not even reopening old wounds. What they're doing is they're continuing to try to inflict new traumas. Okay? And, I made my decision. Okay? And they can't match the level of what's coming to them. They can't match it. Okay? So with that being said, you guys, feel free to comment, whatever you want to do. And like I said, always stay balanced, because this is happening, I'm pretty sure, in a lot of people's lives. So make sure that you're balanced. But, this is just the conclusion. But with that being said, I'll talk to you later.